Oh, I'm doing. And I got something to say about this Jussie Smollett case. The first thing I want to say is if you're not from Chicago, please shut the fuck up because you have no idea how the system works here, how political it is here, and what Jussie Smollett is about to face. Now, I was watching another vlogger who was simultaneously broadcasting the court case while they were doing their content. Whoever that judge was, I'm going to vote him back in. But what Jussie Smollett did was a waste of taxpayers' money. It was a fraud. He perjured himself. He drugged this on for about 2 years. And personally, I don't think 150 days in jail is enough. Now, being an ex-inmate in Cook County Jail, I was only there for 2 days. And 2 days, if you're not affiliated with a gang or you're not affiliated with the mosque, you're not going to make it. You are not going to make it. And I was not in population. Population, you have no privacy. You shower with no shower curtain. They don't give you any soap. They give you 1 towel and 2 hand towels. For breakfast, you get 2 slices of wheat bread and some butter and some fructose drink that has so much sugar in it, it'll have you bounce it off the walls. Then at about 12 o'clock, you get some more wheat bread, a small thing of fresh carrots, and peanut butter and jelly already in the package. Never seen this before in my life. No water unless you drink from the water fountain in your cell. And then, like a kid, you're told to go night-night. Nap time from 1:30 to 3:30. You take a nap. Now, act like you don't want to take that nap and find out what happens to you. So you back on lockdown from 1:30 to 3:30. The only TV they have is a 19-inch TV. And the only thing you're allowed to watch is Martin. You're not allowed to read the newspaper. You're not allowed to watch the news. And if you come in there and you acting scared, then you're not allowed to even try to surf through channels to see if it's anything else. Whoever grabs the remote control, they got it. Okay, about 5 o'clock, here comes what? Dinner. Dinner consists of what they call a taco. So you get 2 quesadillas, you get red beans, which are your meat, taco sauce, 2 small loaves of butter, cake, some more fructose to drink, and baby, everybody is trying to snatch food from your tray. Normally, I'm a very calm person, but since I've been scraping and scratching out here since I was 19, I know how to adjust my attitude when I go in somewhere. I know how to adjust it very, very well. I was handcuffed to a female that had committed murder and attempted murder on another person, and they had to extradite her from Dallas. I sat in holding cells for hours on end where the temperature was about 30 degrees. Now you have on a t-shirt and some shorts and some gym shoes. They don't give you a blanket. They don't give you a sheet. Yeah, you do have to strip off all your clothes and open it up and cough. Then you go and see the nurse. After you see the nurse, then you go into your DOC blue uniform with some damn shoes that have Velcro on them, because they take your lace from your gym shoes or whatever shoes you got on, so you won't try to hurt yourself. So what Jesse is about to experience, now they did give him some dignity and they didn't cuff him as he was walking out the courtroom. However, trust and assure, he got cuffed once he went behind those doors. And the CEOs there, they gives no fuck. The more popular you are, the harder you get it. If he tries to play the mental role, which he was walking out the courtroom with his fist up in the air, screaming that he is not going to commit the S word. He said that about 10 times. And he put it on Cook County Jail if anything happened to him and he didn't come out alive. Cook County Jail is a beast. A beast. I was caged with the killer. And one cage down from me was a man who wanted to pull his peen out and wave it all around. Sat in there for about 3 hours. When I did get up to the tier, by the time I laid down, it was lights out, door locked. No phone calls. I have been transported to 3 different police stations. No phone calls, nothing. I'm just sitting there being colored. And when I say being colored, it's just like you being out on a slave field. And the master asks you a question and you go, I don't know. I just colored. I don't know. Cook County Jail is a revolving door. You don't see nothing but black and brown people going in and out. And because of my case, all of my paperwork was held to keep me in there because I know the law and I know my rights. And they didn't like that too much. The CEOs didn't like it too much at all. So they held up everything on me. I would have been in there for about 4 days. He should never have gotten on the stand. He should have taken a plea deal. But he's too arrogant to do that. Way too arrogant. And that arrogance got that ass locked up for 150 days. I don't think he wants to be put in isolation. Because once you go in isolation, you only get 1 hour a day to walk that yard by yourself. Now, they're going to do a psychiatric evaluation on him, but the judge laid it all down. But that psych evaluation is not going to happen until sometime tomorrow. And then when they tell you a social worker is going to come, they never show up. Personally, I pay property taxes. My property taxes pays for the CEOs that work at Cook County Jail. So when I told them, if it wasn't for my property taxes, you wouldn't have a job. See, I got a lawsuit against Cook County Jail, the Chicago Police Department. Number one, they're very homophobic. Number two, this city is a racial playground. You will not come here and see black and whites living together unless you're in Hyde Park. You will not see that. Everybody has a pocket here. What saved me, by the grace of Allah, is that I have Allah Akbar tattooed on my throat. And while I'm sitting in the cell in 30-degree weather for 3 hours, freezing to death, again, now I'm a cell away from about 20 men. Men are dogs. They don't care. Gay, straight. First thing they did was try to holler at me. I had to tell them, I'm old enough to be your mother. Then they want to know how old I was. I told them. They didn't believe me. Then after that, I was asked, what you in here for? I said, them sliders. How many you have? I had 2 on me. Oh shit, you talking my language now. You the type I like. I said, brother, it's do or die out here. But once I showed them that I'm a member of the mosque, that's when I started getting some respect from the men. Now the women, oh, they tried me. They sure did. They tried me by going to my cell, taking my 2 little hand cloths. You get no pillow. You get 1 sheet, and you get a damn blanket that's so thin, and it's made in China. So at 3 o'clock in the morning, they bring some girl up. And this girl starts screaming at the top of her lungs. Woke the whole tier up. That by the time 8 o'clock came around and them cell doors open, I told everybody, you know what? We ought to scream and holler like her motherfucking ass did and wake her ass up. The main one that wanted to start shit when she did wake up tried coming for me. And I just told her in a very calm voice like this. Do not fuck with me. She started spitting her shit. I said, I'm going to tell you now, and I'm going to tell you one more time. You fucking with the wrong person. Because I'll take one of these chairs and I'll beat the fuck out of you. She took her ass back in her cell. She walked it off. And she came back and sat her ass at that table like she had some motherfucking sense. But please don't do reporting on Chicago gangs and Cook County Jail and how this city works, because you have absolutely no idea. They can keep your ass locked up in there for months before you even see a judge. The law says that you're supposed to see a judge within so many days. Not here. So, Jussie Smollett, your ass got off real good. You're an embarrassment to the LBGTA community. He tried to play the race card, and a judge read him down because his father is black and his mother is white. And after they tore up here over Black Lives Matter, he thought it was going to bring black people out to march for his freedom. Did they do that for R. Kelly? Hell no. They beat the shit out of R. Kelly. Oh boy, better have enough money on his books. He better pay somebody to protect him. Because for the 2 days I was there, I was up in the infirmary. And somebody had got shanked. And all they did is had him wrapped up sitting in a wheelchair. My godson was up in there. There was no heat in the middle of the winter. And in the summertime, in population, it's about 103 degrees. So the judge that threw down the judgment, I'm going to vote for him. I sure am. I sure am. I don't want to hear no shit about another black man being put in jail. He organized it. They rehearsed it. If he wasn't so busy going to this little all-boys party, because don't nobody in Chicago go outside and 50 below zero. 50 below. And that wasn't counting the wind chill. And go on Lower Wacker Drive, where it's dark as hell. If I was an actor, I would have someone on my staff go get me a Subway sandwich at 2 o'clock in the morning. Or I would leave out the front door. Oh no, he had to go to the boys' party. And his little plan went left. So please, when you all do commentary on Chicago, and you do commentary on the gang situation here, and you do commentary on territories, where to go, where not to go. Yeah, I'm a practicing Muslim, but I also wear a 6-point star, which is the Star of David, which here represents the GDs. Did I rock with the GDs when I was younger? Yes. Because back then they were coming off of the Black Panthers. So you gotta know. Oh, I'm just wearing this 6-point star because I'm showing that I'm a black Jew. Walk in the wrong area. with that 6-point star on your neck and see how far you gonna go or if you gonna come out alive. Mimi, I love that you're doing your commentary on King Von, Lil Durk, Wooski. But again, it's a lot of information that you're missing. There's a whole sector of nothing but Chicago gangbangers. And they not pushing 5,000 subs. They not pushing 53,000 subs. They pushing 297 subs. Coming on here for 3 months, picking up 30,000 subs. But you gotta get down in them trenches and you gotta understand how this city works. Kim Foxx threw out Jussie Smollett's case. Kim Foxx may not get back in office. Thank God I took a plea deal, so I don't have a felon on me. I took it as a misdemeanor. And because I live in the LGBTQA community, I'm going to do my community service hours with the LGBTQA. And as I'm doing my community service hours, I think I want to expose all the homophobic things that go on in the beef sector. How the outing someone's status is going on in the beef sector. The HIPAA law is still being broke. No, you may not have access to those records, but if you know somebody that has access and they give them to you, both of you all have broken the law. That's why I was held up in Cook County, because I refused to sign the CERMAC paper, which would have gave them all of my information. And legally, I did not have to sign it. And they didn't like that. So I would suggest when you start, I can't talk about California gangs. I ain't never been there. We got Crips and Bloods here. But all that money spent on his case, the judge read his ass down. $250,000 is not enough in restitution. Oh, baby, but them 150 days in Cook County, that ass is going to suffer. Suffer. But again, if you're going to do commentary about what goes on here, how it goes on, is there a lot of bodies being put on King Von now? Yes. How many people got killed or got hurt because the FBI and the police were investigating Jussie Smollett's case? Nobody is going to touch him with a 10-foot pole in the industry. He better start writing some motherfucking songs now and hope somebody buys them. But kudos to the judge. I wish I had been on the jury. He asked for a jury, and he got exactly what he asked for. And he is nothing but, if this had been an average black man that did the same thing he did, they would have got 5 to 7. Easily. For perjury alone. So please, in the comments, I don't want to hear no shit about putting another black man in jail. This motherfucker knew what he was doing. I think he got a mental problem. It's something wrong with him. Or he on drugs, one or the other, from the way he was acting. And it was broadcast on CBS News here in Chicago. But when you come to Chicago, I want you to take a trip down to Cook County. Sit in on a trial there. Anytime you give a 16-year-old 43 years for being at the site of a crime, of a murder, couldn't be picked out in a lineup, couldn't be identified, gun never found, but he got 43 years. They don't give a fuck here. So I hope, this is going through. I refuse to pay for StreamYard. It's not worth it to me. But Mimi, I can hook you up with a couple of G's from Chicago that have channels. You might be able to sit on a panel with them, so they can school you on how this shit works out. When you talk about O Block goes from 63rd to 67th. It's a whole stretch from Cottage Grove to King Drive. BDs, GDs are only 4 blocks away. I hope this motherfucker rots in jail, because all those resources that were used on him could have been used on these 8-year-olds and these 7-year-olds that are being shot in the head, sitting in their home, minding their business. Or for those that want to ride the expressway because you want to go to a shopping mall and they see they ops 3 cars away from you and they shooting across the expressway. Yeah, that's what Fabe was bringing you all up into. Now, unless that bitch is Superman, then put your life in her hands. Just put your life in her hands. For the content creators that are on here, start diversifying your content, so that way your algorithm gets you over just, you're crossing into different sectors, because it's too much going on out here in the real world than to be arguing, fighting, calling the police, calling the FBI. That's a waste of resources on some YouTube bullshit. Look where it got me. Look exactly where it got me at my age. Sometimes you got to take a break, or you just have to get away from it. I call it the devil's playground. But giving excuses or trying to explain yourself to people, you don't owe nobody on here a damn explanation on how you live your life, what you do with your life. I learned that while I was laying in a damn cell staring up at the ceiling and looking out of a damn 2-inch window. But I'm going to leave you all with peace and love. I see you, Tracy. I see you, Lady Snoop. Assalamu alaikum, sister. But he better hope he run into a brother from the mosque that takes him up under his wing, because that's the only way. He better do some sacrificing, find out what tier he's on, what gang is running that tier, who's the head of that tier. And trust me, they're going to be snatching that money out of his hand. Snatching it. Leaving you out with love and light, peace and blessings. Learn from my mistake. Please do. When a motherfucker say they going to pull up on you, stand outside and wait on them. Stand outside and wait on them. Because all they doing is flapping off at the lips. In my case, my property was disturbed. And yeah, my probation officer has seen the tapes. Asked me what was the name of the person that did the tapes. And to bring all of that to his attention. Because I can have that person arrested for cyberbullying, for crossing onto my property, and they do serve time in jail. It is not something as simple as probation. You go to jail. Call me a snitch all you want to, but when you fuck with my property and you fuck with me, then I got a problem. I ain't never came for nobody on here unless they fuck with me. But learn from my mistake. Diversify your channels. Get into another algorithm where you can speak on anything. Anything. Love and light, peace and blessings.